Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Mastering the Laws of Attraction. I am your host, Coach Renz, and today I want us to get back to something that we've moved away from over the last few weeks, and that is the book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That's so you can see it. All right. So, we've been doing a study over this one. If you go back and look at a lot of videos, you'll see some of those videos are there. But I still have 4 pages of notes that I haven't covered yet, and I want to, finish this one up because there's another book I want us to study right after this one. And I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but if you haven't read the book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, go find it, go download it online. It's free. You can download it, a PDF. So read that book. It's an awesome book. And like I said, you go back through the other videos and you'll see all the notes. We talk about certain aspects of it. So today, we're going to continue. And in this part, it's talking about the heart. And so this is one of the things I wrote down concerning the heart. I'm going to read like 3 or 4 things. So the first one that I wrote down is that treason is a blow that comes unexpectedly. If you know your heart's will, if you know your heart well, it will never be able to do that to you. Because you will know its dreams and wishes, and you will know how to deal with them. You will never be able to escape your heart, so it is better to listen to what it has to say. That way, you will never have to fear an unanticipated blow. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than suffering itself. And all right, so there's another part that I want to go over after we cover this part just a little bit. You see, and what I wrote in there is the fact that your heart can be a treasonous organ to you. It could be a treasonous effect on you. Remember, the heart is also where your emotions are, right? So you have your heart chakra, and if that heart chakra is blocked, then you're not able to receive love nor give love, but you create different things based on the fact that your heart still has desires, it has dreams, it has wishes that it wants to fulfill. Whether that is to be with somebody, or is that to live a certain type of lifestyle, or to have a certain type of environment around you. But it's about your heart wanting to receive love. And if you listen to my video yesterday about the $20,170 challenge, I talked about how some people receive love through misery. Some people receive the love through pain, and some people receive it, by making others feel sorry for them. So your heart can be treasonous to you in that it could cause you to move in a direction that is contrary to what you truly want to have. So the goal is to actually know your heart, because you can have false ideas and false pretenses about your heart, and you want to be truthful towards it. And if you know your heart, right, and you know its wishes, then you'll know how to deal with it. You'll know when your heart's sending you false signals, when your emotions are sending you false signals, and you'll know how to then recognize it and then do what's necessary to move away from it. Or when you start moving down the polarity scale of the opposite end of love into hate, opposite end of happiness, which is depression and sadness, you'll be able to change the vibrational pattern of your heart so that you move up the scale. You understand? So you want to know your heart, and you want to listen to your heart. Your heart also warns you when people aren't being real with you, when their ideas of love towards you is really negative. It's kind of like I did a video a while back about people giving backhanded compliments. When they come in, they say something nice or something negative, and then they try to slap on something nice at the end, or they say something nice and slap on something negative at the end. Your heart will alert you to these types of false pretenses of other people or situations. And if you learn to listen to it, you'll know what direction to move in. You won't get sucked in by it, so that you get that unanticipated blow. And you have to tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. Sometimes we avoid taking opportunities or taking that chance because we think that the suffering will come, the suffering will follow. And then we create this huge, enormous idea of what this suffering is going to be about, when in truth, the suffering itself is far less than the actual image that we created. It's kind of like, we have a fear of something. We think something is going to hurt us. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be so drastic. We think that if we lose our job, things are going to be so horrible. But then you actually lose it, and things aren't as bad. I'm not saying they're easy, but things aren't as bad as you perceive them to be before they actually happen, which goes into how I said yesterday, that fear is not real. There's no need to put any energy into fear because the fear is not real. Worrying is not real. We can worry about something, but I heard a gentleman the other day say that worry and excitement creates the same physical effect in our body. Heart rate goes up, excitement, that feeling, but it's how we communicate it to ourselves that determine whether or not it's worry or it's excitement. So the same energy that you're feeling when you're about to do something for the first time, you may say you're worried about it, you're concerned about it, you're nervous about it, but you can also say to yourself, I'm just excited about it. I'm anticipating greatness out of it. So if you know your heart and then you don't succumb to fears and false pretenses, then guess what? You will find yourself in a better situation. I don't want to keep you guys long on this one, but there's another one that every second of searching for your dream, because remember, you got to know the dreams of your heart. Every second of searching for your dream is an encounter with God, because every moment that you are moving to make yourself better, and you're chasing your dream, you're encountering what the Creator has made just for you, what you have been created to do. So every encounter, whether you deem it as good or bad, as negative or positive, as a roadblock or as a gateway, is an encounter with God to make you better. And that's a whole nother subject we're going to cover as well. And I want to get this last one where I wrote that happy people have God within and can see the moments of creation in a grain of sand. This is lost as we age and become fearful of losing what we have won. Children have no such issue. Most people see the world as a threatening place, and because they do, the world turns out indeed to be a threatening place. Basically, however you perceive the world is how the world is going to end up being for you. Children don't worry about what they're going to eat in the next few months. They just expect that it's going to be there. They don't worry about what they're going to wear in the next few months. They just expect that they will have clothing. They expect that they're going to have a shelter. They don't worry about it. They don't concern themselves about it. They just live life knowing that it will be provided by their family members, by their parents. They just know it will be there. But we have to have that same thing going on, that same effect. We have to maintain that. We have to stop concerning ourselves that life is going to all of a sudden turn against us, that the world is against us. The only time the world becomes against you is when you decide that it will be. So decide at this very moment that the world is not against you, that the desire of your heart can and will be fulfilled, that the dreams and the love of your heart can and will be fulfilled, and that you will move in such a way. The moment you do is the moment that you start to walk with the Creator. And as long as you're walking with the Creator and you're co-creating, life is grand.